On this episode of the Bronze Metalist podcast, we start off Black Metal January by talking about Braiding the Stories by Gaahls Wyrd. Welcome to another episode of the Bronze Metalist podcast. I'm Kale.
I'm OJ.
We're two professional broadcasters. We like metal. We like to talk about it. And today we're talking about the most recent project by black metal musician Gahl, a.k.a. the funniest man in Norway, as I've been calling him.
Whether or not it's intentional. In fact, it's probably not intentional.
No, he's hilariously dour, generally, in all the interviews he's done.
Right.
In his life.
Which he just seems so just dour, but you listen to this and it's...
Yeah, this is beautiful.
This is beautiful.
This is gorgeous.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, by the way, that word is meant to be pronounced weird. I'm not totally... I'm certain there's some sort of Scandinavian nuance that I'm missing.
Well, we don't have Scandinavian accents, so...
I mean, in a roundabout way, we do.
So, yeah, sort of.
Through
don't you know?
Through 150 years of local bastardization,
right?
Since the settlers came to this place, but no, yeah, I believe it's supposed to be pronounced weird.
Yeah, probably.
But it's
That's how Siri says it.
Yeah. I should have looked up the translation, actually, before we started doing this. I'm pretty sure it has... It's...
Like a weirding, like that sort of...
Yeah, I think the direct translation is just world, but in context, it usually refers to, I think, like destiny and that sort of thing. There's some mystical... stuff ascribed to the word. I know it because
crap. Well, my phone is making loud sounds now.
You can turn the volume down.
Oh, yeah, I can do that.
The phone has buttons for doing that.
What side are those on?
The one your thumb is currently touching. But yeah, the reason why I'm familiar with the word is because, of course, it's featured in
Dungeons and Dragons.
No, 40K books.
Oh, yeah, of course.
There's a faction called the Space Wolves that are they're Space Marines, but they're also Viking werewolves, and they're psychers. Basically, they're space wizards. Use the word weird all the time to refer to fate and destiny.
Fate and destiny.
I knew it.
Yep.
I got it right.
Indeed. So Gahl's Destiny is what this is.
Yeah, basically that sort of thing. And it's been his project for about 10 years at this point, I think. He's been in a ton of different projects. We'll talk more about him later. But how you doing?
I'm doing great.
That's good.
My 19-year-old is in town. He's back from college, and what we did last night, we went and we ate sushi, and then we got in my car and we put 150 miles on it.
Where did you go?
We went directly to Towner, and then we went north out of Towner, and we went up to Max Bass, I believe.
Why?
Because we were listening to music and talking
just cruising,
talking about life.
Okay.
Yeah, we stopped and got snacks at one point and peed.
That's fun.
At some small town, and then we got lost on a dirt road, and I was gonna just ask my phone to guide us back.
Yeah.
But then we pulled into town. I'm like, wow, what the hell? Oh, we're in Granville.
How did we get here?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like North Dakota is definitely one of those states where if you're on a relatively straight road, and you follow it far enough, eventually you are going to maybe not necessarily get to a town you recognize, but you will eventually reach a highway you recognize.
Yeah.
Because the state is very flat, and there's not a lot to get in the way.
It's two-dimensional.
Yeah.
And the thing is, what I've always known, like since I was a teenager, when I get lost on dirt roads, and we were usually kind of drunk, we would drive on the dirt road and be like, we're running low on gas, and then if we found pavement, it was like,
oh thank God.
Oh man.
But everything's just township lines and shit.
Yeah.
So there's not a lot else to get in the way for most of the state. The biggest thing that gets in the way is the Missouri River, and we're pretty far from that. Up here. So.
Well, the Surus gets in the way occasionally,
I suppose, but it hardly does because it's pretty easy to put a bridge over it.
It is like a couple of boards, and you're across.
Yeah. So it's not too bad normally. There are definitely places where you can get lost, but just pick a direction and keep going that way, and eventually you'll reach a highway.
You'll hit something. You hit a small town with a pump if you're running out of gas. Yeah.
And if it's not the middle of the night and you can look at where the sun is at, you can figure out what way is north, because it was the middle of the night. But it's pretty likely that the roads are running in cardinal directions.
Right.
So, yeah.
So that's where I'm at.
Nice.
And I'm working right now on retrieving some routines. I realize I've lost some routines.
Like what?
Like, just basic things like, repairing things around my house, getting in the mode to clean certain areas at certain times, doing laundry at certain times.
Yeah.
And I'm really, really working on that.
Hey, I think that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. That's not a bad way to start the year.
Right, because I've been telling myself that motivation burns too hot and fast. So I need to get motivated. You only need to get motivated for a moment, because if you're relying on motivation, to make you follow through with shit, you're not going to follow through with shit.
Yeah. I mean, I guess for me, it really depends on what it is. But like, I was thinking about this at some point this week, where a lot of my routines are motivated by necessity.
Sure.
And sometimes all it takes is sort of reframing what is necessary to make you do it more often.
Right.
Like,
do it.
Like laundry is one of those things for me now, where it's like, this having clean clothes is a necessity.
Yeah.
If I don't have clean clothes, I will drop everything to get clean clothes.
Yeah. I don't rewear pants. I don't rewear shirts. Yeah. I do rewear pants like 2-3 days in a row tops.
Yeah.
But shirts never.
Yeah, jeans. I think never re-wearing jeans is just a great way to be wasteful when doing laundry, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Unless you're like really dirtying them, like if you're doing hard physical work, if you're at a construction site, that's different.
Or you're doing yard work. Or you take a shit in them.
Yeah, but if you're just
definitely want to wash,
if you're just doing office work or something like that, wear your jeans a couple days in a row.
Right. We don't. That's fine. We don't do any heavy lifting around the office.
Yeah, but like laundry is definitely a big thing for me. I'm trying to vacuuming is one of those things that's hard because you don't see quite so much how how dirty the floor is getting necessarily, especially when you've got, it's apartment carpets. Right. So it's mottled gray is the color that they are. So like my cat's hair, the only time I will notice it is when she leaves like a clump of it. Because no, not a hairball, like, because she has pretty long hair,
right.
And so the way that she doesn't tend to shed her undercoat regularly, like, you pet her and there will be a little bit of hair flying off. Like her undercoat tends to build up on its own. How
do you brush her?
I need to be more regular about that, but she's also so obsessive about cleaning herself that I can kind of get away with not brushing her as often as maybe some other cats need to be brushed. Because she cleans herself incessantly. to a degree that I find it extremely frustrating because she'll sit on my lap and, time to clean myself. Or she'll sit next to me and she's got to clean herself. And the reason why I don't like it even when she's not sitting on my lap is because all I hear is.
Do you ever just bond and do it together?
No.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, like I'll notice a clump of her hair, stuck to the floor. Oof. And it's like, okay, vacuuming. But like, because I had a robot vacuum for the longest time, I didn't need to worry about it. But that's broken. So
would you say it was like $700 for that? Or?
No, it was I paid like $300.
Oh, still,
it was massively on sale when I bought it.
Right.
So it's now like $550, $600.
And there's nowhere you can send it into to get fixed.
Maybe there is, but I can't be fucking bothered to I don't know. I hate when getting something fixed is like, mail it, spend $80 to mail it to us because it's big and it's heavy.
Right.
So it's going to be expensive to send it off.
If you're lucky, $80.
And then we'll get it back to you in 5 months.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just can't be fucking bothered for that shit. It was the warranty is expired.
Mm-hmm. Shortly before, was it like a week or something like that?
Yeah. It had a 1-year warranty and it broke almost a year to the day.
53 weeks in
after I got it. It was remarkable.
Uh-huh.
But I at some point I might get a new one just because it's like I vacuumed today.
Mm-hmm.
But anytime I have vacuuming is the first thing to go anytime I'm not feeling it.
Mm-hmm.
Like this week I'm not so bad today, but like I've been fucking exhausted because I can't fucking sleep.
Well, didn't you say the roar is back?
The rumble, yeah. It was gone last night. There's a mysterious noise. If you, the listener, have not heard this before, in the bedroom of my apartment, at certain times, mostly during the winter, it would seem, there is a low rumble, a bassy vibration that appears intermittently, not at a regular interval, not for more than a few seconds at a time, but it will make a sound like somebody has got a subwoofer on low volume and they're just playing a bass drop, and then it will stop for a few minutes and then it will show up again, and I have no idea what's making the sound. I have no idea, and that's the main reason why it makes me so goddamn angry, is because I feel like if I knew what was causing the noise, I would have an easier time ignoring it. But because it's such a fucking mystery, that only makes it harder for me to ignore it because my brain is going, that's an unidentified sound. You are in danger. You need to, if you don't know what that is, it's going to kill you.
Right. Fight or flight right there, yeah.
And so it keeps me from being able to sleep. And then I start getting anxious about the fact that I'm not getting any sleep because I'm like, you got to get up in the morning. You got to go to work. You got to do all the stuff that you do at work. And if you're tired, that's going to be hard. Can't you see you need to sleep? And I'm like, yes, I know. And thinking about it is keeping me from being able to sleep.
Right.
It shows up every once in a while and then it'll go away. Some nights it'll only happen a couple of times. I'll hear it once or twice and then it'll go away. But the fact that it happened a couple of times triggers the anxiety because now I'm thinking, is it going to show up more? When's it going to show up? And now I'm listening for it.
Right.
And it takes a while for that to go away. The other night, it showed up. It seemed to be a bit more regular. So I tried to. I put in my shooting earplugs, which I tried the last time. This happened while I had time off over the holidays, and it kept me up till like 3:30 in the morning. And eventually, in the middle of a blizzard, at 2:30 in the morning, I walked out to my car to get my earplugs. because they're in my car because I only need to wear them when I'm out shooting. And so they're in my car. So I had to go get them. And eventually I got some sleep because of that. But this time, I was so exhausted at that point that I fell asleep anyway. Mm-hmm. This time I couldn't fall asleep because since it was dark, since I was not moving, and since the earplugs were basically drowning out any and all exterior sounds, my brain was like, hey, what if we made up some entirely new sounds? I started having auditory hallucinations.
Wow.
Including someone breaking into my apartment. Partially because I was, on my way to falling asleep, so I'm sure it was half a dream at that point. But yeah, I had a very convincing, I guess like a nightmare almost, but coupled with an auditory hallucination that someone was pounding on my door, and that someone was in my apartment.
Like medicine you could take to counter this.
I don't know. I did yesterday because this wasn't last night.
Right.
Yesterday, after work, I went to Target and got some melatonin, which seems to have helped. It definitely made me very sleepy, but by the time I actually fell asleep last night, I think it had more or less worn off.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure. Like the bottle is like, take a half an hour before bedtime. I think I need to take it right before I lay down.
Oh, wow.
And go to sleep.
Oof.
Well, and it took effect pretty goddamn quick. Like a couple minutes after I chewed these, couple of gummies.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, this shit's got hands. It was like I felt groggy very quickly,
like immediately.
Yeah, it was very fast. But that complicates the toothbrushing routine because you don't want to eat something right after you brush your teeth.
No.
So then I would have to wait to brush my teeth until immediately before I lie down. But I think I also maybe need to, and I'm doing this. I did it last night and it seemed to have helped. Sort of changing my routine and not reading in bed anymore.
Oh.
Because I am worried that my body has, my body and my brain has started going, lying down in bed is the imagination's place. This is where we go to
activate.
This is where we have adventures and think about fun, cool science fiction stuff and do all that sort of thing, which is like I've had an extremely overactive imagination my entire life. But that's honestly it's kind of part of, sometimes when it works, how I fall asleep sometimes is by having extremely vivid daydreams, effectively. Like that, at times it's been a part of how I fall asleep. But when you start thinking about it too critically, then it keeps you up. It's weird. I've always had an extremely vivid imagination, but so I think I might need to. I read on my couch last night instead, which might be helpful, and also listening to a noise track while I'm reading and whatnot. And
which color?
Brown.
Gotcha.
White and pink are too shrill. It hurts my ears.
What about black noise? Have you tried that?
Today, yes. Listening to this album. I did. Speaking of reading, moving away from sleep troubles because those will persist forever, I fear.
Yes, they will.
Yeah. I started reading a book called Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir, who's the writer of The Martian. If you remember the Matt Damon film.
Yes.
Project Hail Mary is going to be a film sometime soon, starring Ryan Gosling.
Nice.
But it's a neat book.
What's the premise?
The premise is that there is. I don't want to spoil it because I feel like you would enjoy this.
Okay. I love The Martian.
And it's a book that has a lot of spoilers because the basic premise is there is some sort of apocalyptic event. I guess it's established very early on.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you what the problem is. There is some sort of phenomenon that is causing the sun to become dimmer.
Oh.
At an exponential rate.
Sure.
Meaning that after about 30 years, Earth will start to slip into an ice age. So
they have to send Cillian Murphy on a ship to launch a nuclear weapon into
but they do they send out some sort of ship to solve the problem, containing some scientists. One of the scientists wakes up. The problem is, number one, his other two crewmates are dead.
Oh.
And he quickly surmises he was in a medically induced coma to keep them alive on some sort of long trip. The other problem is he can't remember anything. And he's suffering from amnesia. So when he wakes up, he does not know who he is or what he's supposed to do or why. And he has to figure that out as his memories start coming back to him.
Wow, and he's headed... are they actually on a ship? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. I mean, it's safe, and I think the back of the book would reveal... Yes, he is on a spaceship. He does not know that right away. He's like, am I in quarantine? Am I... underground? Am I underwater? What's going on? He realizes that he knows a lot about science very quickly.
Right.
He's like all his instincts are like, I'm really good at science. I'm really good at math. And I recognize these things. Where the fuck am I? What am I supposed to be doing? Who are these two dead people in these other pods?
Right. And why are they dead?
Yeah. So he's got to try and figure that out. And it's very interesting so far.
All right. When was this written? Is this
2019, I think.
So recent. Very
it's
recently.
pretty new. The only issue I have with it is one that's gone away pretty quick. I'm not a super big fan of first person perspective in books. And Andy Weir tends to, the characters in his novels tend to be very geeky scientists.
Sure.
So the dialogue and the writing and the internal monologue can sometimes feel a little eye-rolly, a little cringy, a little pop culture laden. And also there are a few scientific concepts that I don't really need that to be explained to me or elaborated on.
Right.
There are some things that I do, but there are some things that I don't understand, or I don't exactly know what it is. But I don't mind when writers don't explain a concept to me, and then I can figure out what it is through context.
Right.
Because if that's kind of how it's got to work in the movie too, because you're not going to get the guy's whole internal monologue.
That would be annoying.
Yeah. So yeah, the other thing is that I guess it's mild spoilers again, but the character figures out relatively quickly that before he was put on this path that ended with him in this spaceship trying to save the world, he was at least at one point a high school science teacher.
Sure.
So he is even his internal monologue is very sort of
explainy kind of
explainy, but also sanitized.
Oh, I see.
He does not swear hardly ever. There is profanity in the book, not from him. There's flashbacks. There is one instance of motherfucker very early on that he thinks when he falls and hits, I think, his shin really hard, which is understandable.
Sure.
No one likes to bang their shin on something.
Nobody likes that.
But yeah, it's been really interesting, and there's a big twist, probably about a third of the way through the book. But because he's always remembering stuff, there's always something new. It works really well that way of just oh, he remembered this thing about why he's here, and that's a new big thing.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, it's a good way to end a chapter. So yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. It's there's been some surprising little very effective kind of moments in it that I'm enjoying so far.
I'm a werewolf.
And I'm in space. There's not even a moon out there. That does beg the question.
Yeah.
If you were a werewolf, but you were on a planet that doesn't have a moon, would you be safe? Would you never transform?
I don't know.
There's got to be something that explores that idea. Alternatively, if you were a werewolf on the moon, would you always be in werewolf form, or?
You know, it's weird. Okay, when I was in the first grade, I had this giant coloring book that was about the size of me, and it was a Spider-Man comic book, and it involved a werewolf on the moon.
Okay. That's got to be something in like D&D, right? Like in Planescape or something like that. Because I think in or Spelljammer, I guess in if I remember correctly, in the original Spelljammer stuff, Faerun's moon, or not Faerun, Nirn, I think is the planet.
Nirn?
Faerun's a continent in the Forgotten Realms.
Yes.
I believe. No, sorry, Nirn is the Elder Scrolls. What the fuck is the planet from Forgotten Realms called? Toril. So Toril's moon, Selûne, which is the same as the name of the goddess of the moon.
Sure.
You know,
It's
like Luna, yeah.
Well, we're just going to put a "s" on it.
Yes. That, I believe, is used as like a spaceport for Spelljammers. So you could play a D&D campaign where you are a werewolf on the moon. And I'm sure the question has been answered of what happens if you are a lycanthrope on the moon. Yeah.
You know, that's always
interesting.
That's always been weird to me, that people have it in their heads that, you know, the phases of the moon has some sort of power and some sort of change on things.
I mean, on one hand, it's like I get the idea that like the moon does have a very clear effect on Earth. That's what tides are.
Sure, of course, it's gravitation.
But yeah, I don't know. Part of it is also it's just a societal understanding that people misbehave during the full moon. So then people do it.
Right, it's just one of those self-fulfilling prophecy sort of situations.
Where I think if you had no understanding of that whatsoever, it probably wouldn't happen. It's the same. It's the same thing as fucking astrology, where it's like, so you're telling me that the position of the stars, hundreds of trillions of miles away, determined my personality because of the way the sky was oriented in March. That's what makes me the way I am. Sure, okay.
Or tequila.
Or tequila.
Tequila. That's why, man, I'm a real asshole when I drink tequila.
No, you're just drunk,
and your
inhibitions have been lowered, so you don't feel bad about being a dick.
Yeah. I drank tequila. I'm gonna have to be an asshole now.
I'm a mean drunk. It's like, no, you've just always wanted to be mean,
right?
And you are not. You're no longer afraid of the consequences. It's. I think it's fine to be a person who understands that you have flaws and maybe you have issues with your temper. And so when you're sober, you know, you keep all that under wraps. But it's not the alcohol that's making you mean. It's just the inhibitions are going away.
Right.
So it's a good reason to not drink if you're that kind of person. I just get sad when I'm drunk.
Normally you can hold the sadness at bay.
Normally.
Yeah. But when I feel uninhibited. It's time to cry.
Yep. Yep. Speaking of time to cry, let's talk about
stories.
Gaahls Wyrd. This is, on one hand, not what I expected. And on the other hand,
exactly
what I expected. Yeah.
Well, I told you it was sort of his black metal side on one foot, and the other foot it's in what's it called?
Wardruna.
Wardruna.
Yeah, or like he's done a bunch of other stuff as well. But yeah. Gahl, if you don't know, is a Norwegian black metal musician who has been involved in tons of different projects over the course of his career. Most notably, he's had a stint as the lead vocalist of Gorgoroth for some time. That kind of ended poorly, and eventually he's out of the band. He's the founder and lead vocalist of a band called Trelldom. Yep. Also a different self-titled project called Galskag, as well as Wardruna he was involved with, which is a folk music group, and then a band called Godseed, which he I think was kind of the one of the driving forces behind as well. Before he after Godseed sort of ran its course, he started Gaahls Wyrd, which is nominally a black metal album, but
there are a lot of black metal elements to it.
Yeah, and occasionally, it gets suddenly very heavy, which was always surprising and great. But for the most part, this is definitely leaning in a more, I would say, folk-oriented post-rock type direction.
I would agree.
Which, boy, puts it right up my alley, huh? Blackened post-rock. Yeah, I can dig it.
Yeah, there were times, because I had this on my external speaker, my JB. I listened to it earlier in the week, and then I listened to it again today.
Yeah.
And I had it on my external speaker, and I was playing a video game, and I had to pause the video game several times just to stare off into the distance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can really imagine yourself up in the woods in Norway or something.
Right.
It's like this. It's just it's really pretty. But yeah, well, more about Gahl quickly. Yeah. So he does not self-identify as a Satanist, which has is somewhat confusing for some people because he talks about Satanism quite a lot. But for the most part, I think it's kind of a symbolic thing for him. He's in certain senses does do kind of the LaVeyan Satanism thing of like being your own god, but he does it to the extent that he thinks that organized Satanism is stupid. But he definitely does not believe in the existence of the devil. He seems to at least practice some kind of Norse shamanism as well, but he tends not to talk too much about that sort of stuff. He's more anti-Christian than he is like explicitly satanic or anything like that. In his earlier days, he's definitely talked, spoken in support of like the infamous church burnings in Norway back in the day. He tries to avoid talking about politics. He's said that he's got kind of friends all over the spectrum. He is one of the few, probably the only one that I know of. He is the only gay man in black metal. Yeah, to my knowledge, especially for someone with his level of prominence. It's unusual. But he's certainly not the only gay man in metal. But
in black metal,
you think of that community, especially the certainly unsavory parts of that community, and you wonder how that's been for him.
Dark Throne,
yeah.
Wasn't it a member of Dark Throne that? Well, who?
No, you're Emperor.
Emperor, that's what it was.
No, as far as I know, Dark Throne's all right.
No, yeah, they're fine. No, it was a member of Emperor that murdered a dude in the trees.
Fenris is mostly known for the, other than the all the music. The first thing that pops into my head about Fenris is the picture of him holding his cat when he was nominally nominated for a position on like the local city council or something like that. I can't remember exactly how that worked. He was like a write-in or something. Like a bunch of people wrote him in. I don't remember what that was. As far as I know, at least Fenris himself is not particularly sketchy. It gets to a point with black metal, and I've certainly talked about this before, where it's like you kind of have to be a little bit malleable about what you consider unacceptable behavior.
Right.
If you want to find much music at all.
That's been a meme that's been going around lately on the interwebs. Middle-aged man does deep dive into black metal band to decide whether or not he's okay with listening to the band or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's also something to be said for like, people or communities that people associated with much earlier in their career because people change, people grow, people move on.
Sure. Look at Louis.
Oh, it's like Louis, Mr. Louis Cachet.
Yes.
AKA fucking Varg
right.
Vikernes, or Christian, whatever the hell his birth name
real name is.
Gaahls' real
CK.
name, by the way, is also Christian. Christian Eyvind Espedal is Gaahls' legal name. Gahl has spoken about having been involved in a number of like what he describes as sort of like gangs when he was younger, sort of youth gangs, as it were, in the sort of Norwegian metal space at the time, and saying like, you only had so many options for friends, and if you weren't, if you were in that world and you didn't have a group of friends, you got your ass beat.
Sure.
So
it's like being in prison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably not quite so bad, because ultimately these are a bunch of 14-year-old white kids.
Right.
At the end of the day, but in Norway. That is one of the things that I thought was funny about Lords of Chaos, the movie. Is some people were complaining about like how it made all the people involved in Mayhem seem like, cringy dorks, and I'm like, they were though.
Yeah, they're nerds.
Yeah, they're nerds who started huffing their own satanic farts too seriously, and ended up murdering each other.
Right.
Like
and burning shit down.
Yeah, they were racist nerds from I guess not from the middle of the woods in Norway, because I think they were ultimately from Oslo or Bergen.
Yeah.
Which are both pretty big cities.
Right.
But yeah, it's like, they were cringy dorks. They just started taking shit way too fucking seriously. And I'm definitely not in the camp of like, oh, you shouldn't ever take anything seriously. Like, that's definitely a big sort of Gen Z and Gen Alpha thing, is like trying hard is cringe. And to the point where like having hobbies is cringe. But definitely there is a point where trying too hard, it's like, just, bro,
come on,
relax. Just dial it back a little bit, buddy. Okay. Yeah, Gaahls Wyrd.
How old is Gahl?
Gahl, he's got to be in his 50s. Let me look. Let me see. How old are you, Gahl? He is 50 years old. Gahl is younger than you. Gahl is younger than you. Pointing.
Yeah.
He certainly doesn't look much younger than you.
No, he doesn't look younger than me at all.
Yeah, he is, I think, one of the most stereotypically Nordic-looking people I've seen in my entire life. Even without the corpse paint, he's got the high, prominent cheekbones. He's got, his eyes are kind of sunken in. He looks like a skull. Yeah. And then you put a beard and long hair on him, and you're like, yeah, that's the most Scandinavian-looking man I've ever seen.
Where's his warhammer?
Yeah, I'm sure he's got several.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Or it's probably spiked maces, let's be honest. I mean, there is definitely the famous picture of him in Gorgoroth with the incredibly long spiked bracers, where he's also covered in what I have to assume is goat's blood, because that was a thing at Gorgoroth shows.
Yeah.
But
you wanted to be authentic.
Yeah. Why not? I think it was them that, maybe it was Mayhem. I'm certain multiple black metal bands have gotten in trouble for like sacrificing a goat live on stage.
Sure, right, and I think a lot of the blood covering the band Mayhem actually came out of Dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that was Skull Fragments was the thing with Dead.
Well, sure, after he was dead. But he used to cut himself up on stage.
Yeah, that's right. It's hard to keep track of all the fucked up shit that Mayhem did early on.
Yeah.
Now they're just racist.
Yeah.
But, I mean, they were racist then.
Yeah.
But
they're still racist now.
Yeah. They used to be. They still are,
right.
but they used to, too.
I used to do drugs.
I used to be racist. I still am, but I used to be, too.
Please don't take that out of context. If you're listening right now.
I feel like the very entertained tone of voice that I used would make it clear the sarcasm, but co-opting a Mitch Hedberg joke.
Yeah.
Back to the content of the album.
Yeah.
Definitely. I mean, like I said, on one hand, I maybe expected it to be a little bit more black metal-y. Mm-hmm. There's none of the vocals on here are really what I would call screams. He does get a little harsher and more rough in the second to last track, I think.
Right.
But it's not a classic, a black metal scream. Although I can't remember what I've listened to of Gahl from Gorgoroth, what style of vocals he tended to do. The style of the vocals on here is all.
You know what my brain kept comparing it to, and involuntarily.
Michael Ackerfeld?
Till Lindemann.
Oh, okay, yeah. I can definitely, yeah. Now that you say that, he does absolutely sound a little bit like Till Lindemann from Rammstein. Yeah. If you don't know. Till Lindemann. Mm-hmm. He definitely. I don't know if he necessarily has, because I compared him to Michael Ackerfeld before you said Till.
Right.
The tone of voice certainly, and his range is sort of there. Not quite the same level of his normal range anyway.
Right.
Michael Ackerfeld has actually fairly impressive range when it comes to different notes that he can hit, and he definitely pushes himself in a way that Gahl does not on here. But this is also meant to be pretty atmospheric.
Yeah, and he does these in a couple of different songs, these really sort of high, long notes. They're just ethereal.
I was really impressed. I didn't know he could sing like that, because all I ever think about is like Gorgoroth and really old school Norwegian black metal, which is not the genre you think of when you think of anything pleasant or beautiful to listen to.
Right.
Generally speaking, not that there isn't broader black metal that ends up being beautiful. I mean, hell, people
Minnesota black metal.
Yeah.
I
mean, like as much as I hate Varg as a person, like Burzum does, have music that you might call beautiful, but he definitely,
it doesn't come from a beautiful person.
And but also like he sort of founded his own subgenre in a way of making like, okay, there's this new Norwegian black metal, and now he took it and made it more atmospheric.
Yeah.
And regardless of how awful of a person he is, you kind of have to acknowledge that he was one of the first guys to do that.
Mm-hmm. And we listened to a Burzum album in January. We did, yeah.
Did we?
Mm-hmm. I brought it.
Okay.
And I remember you going, okay.
But it does give you an opportunity to talk about the guy and reinforce that he's a piece of shit. But yeah, it's kind of like talking about like cosmic horror and having to acknowledge that H.P. Lovecraft
wasn't a great guy either.
Yeah. Although it's weird because when people think about xenophobia, and maybe I've said this on the podcast before, I feel like H.P. Lovecraft is one of the very few people where he was a xenophobic person who suffered from xenophobia, in the sense that his fear of people other than him was the same type of fear that a person who has arachnophobia has.
Right. Yeah, it wasn't rational.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, or like he didn't even like. It seems like he was genuinely terrified to go outside.
It wasn't because he was a hateful jerk. It was because he was.
And maybe he was, but I've heard it. I've heard it reframed. I've even I guess I haven't looked into it too hard, but I've heard it said that later in his life before he died, because he died fairly young.
Yeah.
He had sort of made mention that he had come to understand that other cultures were not nearly as terrifying as that maybe he, had been mistaken in some of his previously held opinions.
I mean, you read his work, and his work is pretty brilliant.
Yeah.
But it's not a stretch to think that maybe he had a mental disorder of some kind.
He absolutely did.
Yeah.
He was very unwell mentally, H.P. Lovecraft. But Gaahls Wyrd. Gahl is he is weird.
Yeah.
I wish I had set aside more time to listen to this, because the whole time I was listening to it, I was going, I need to like sit down and really like listen to this, because I was doing stuff.
Sure.
I was like, I know I'm not giving this the attention it deserves. It's I am thoroughly impressed by this album. It slaps. This album slaps. Out of 6 reviews, came out to about an 80, which is pretty decent.
Nice.
What's your favorite song?
My favorite song, let me get back to, get out of car mode. Why are you in fucking car mode? I think Time and Timeless Timeline is possibly my favorite on here.
Yeah. I meant to write it down. I was writing out all my stuff, and I was like, oh, favorite. What is my favorite? I'm not done with the album yet, so I won't write it down. And I forgot.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard to pick. I thought the title track was really good.
Yeah. The second song.
The closer also, Flowing Starlight, very, very good. I also liked Visions in Time as well. The whole
You're just
album.
naming all the songs, yeah.
Root the Will is probably the most like straight up and down, like closest to the black metal that you can get on the album. But I think I'm gonna go with Flowing Starlight.
All right,
because not that, I mean, there's melodies all over the place in here, but there was some stuff in there that was like, oh, is that kind of like major key? Is it it feeling a little more positive, a little more hopeful here? It was sort of, I don't know. It was a little slightly different texture to it towards the end. You know me, I love me a good closer. But there's a lot. There's a lot I like on this. There's a ton that I like on it. Before we finish up, the band, by the way, consists of Gahl on vocals.
Sure.
Everybody's got a stage name. I guess I didn't write down people's real names. I could look at that, but guitar is played by Lust Killman, which is maybe it's supposed to be said Lust. I don't know. The guy who plays drums, stage name is Spectre, and then bass is played by Necroman.
Necroman?
Yeah, but spelled with a K instead of a C. And Spectre is also spelled with a K.
Gotcha.
So that way, what?
I'm starting to be suspicious. Never mind. Okay, I'm not going to read too much into that.
I mean, Killman does start with a K, but that's not quite. This doesn't quite fit the same pattern as the other two, where it's a replacement of a C with a K.
His first name is Sean. It's just Sean Killman is
Sean
his name.
Killman.
Yeah.
No, they all have like Norwegian names.
Sure.
Which I probably could pronounce. Ask me to pronounce a bunch of Finnish names, and
good luck.
Watch my brain explode. Norwegian I can usually manage, what medal do you bestow upon this album, like Maz Kanata to Chewbacca?
I give this a gold.
I agree.
Yeah,
I think I gotta listen to this again.
Yeah.
And really give it the time and the space that it deserves, because I found myself really, really, like, I thought it was going to be like, oh, it'll probably be, a little ambient or a little weird, or maybe it'll be really lo-fi, and like, I don't know. I was prepared to, it certainly is not. I was prepared for it to go in either direction, but I wasn't prepared necessarily to really, really enjoy it. I was prepared to appreciate it, I think is the best way to put it, but I was not necessarily prepared to like genuinely really enjoy it on a personal level. But yeah, I agree. I think it's a gold. Next week, I would like to talk about another album from 2025. I would like to talk about the album Rose Thorn Necklace by Ghost Bath.
Nice. They're from China.
By way of Minot, North Dakota.
By way of Minot, North Dakota. Cool. All right.
So yeah, we'll talk about that because I remember liking the album preceding that one.
And you saw them in concert.
Yeah, I've
at the original.
I've seen them live. But I remember liking the album preceding it because they went in a little bit more of a typical direction with their vocals, which had been my biggest issue with them in the past.
Yeah,
I didn't much care for the vocal styles previously. It was nice to like live. It works fine, but on their albums, I never quite could dig it. But they started using more typical black metal vocals. I don't know if they did that on the newest one. I haven't listened to it yet.
Let's find out.
We'll find out. We'll find out. But,
next time.
Next time. The Broads Metalist Podcast. Thank you very much for listening to this episode of the Broads Metalist Podcast. Go ahead, and I almost skipped the plug. Go ahead and follow us on whatever podcast service you are using to listen to us right now. But once again, thank you for listening. I'm Kale.
I'm OJ.
Congratulations.